just putting this video out there just to talk about putting offers in for auction properties that have not been sold. So I've just noticed something in this last month's, so December 2021's auction, and a lot that has been going around now for about 3 times. It's a commercial, part resi with planning permission that has failed to sell about 3 times now. And I've just been contacting my finance guys, but also the auctioneers and the people who are in charge of this lot to basically try to figure out whether we can do a deal and get them to change some stuff on this sale. So firstly, they are charging 1.25% of the sale price plus VAT, which is one of the things that I want to get them to take out, because as it stands now, the property has not sold. So I'd like to think that we are, based on experience, I'm in a much better position than I would have been prior to the auction. So because it's not sold, I'm able to then negotiate with them better, I guess. So one of the things that I've gone back with is saying, will you be willing to consider an offer, A, and B, will you also take out some of the seller fees that you've added to this auction sale, which roughly we're talking maybe 25 grand of sellers fees, plus on top of that some of the other fees that they've added. This is how auctions work sometimes. So not sometimes, a lot of the time they add a lot of fees on top of the sale price that you buy. So the savvy buyer needs to make sure that they understand all the cost that's involved in those purchases. So on this lot, I've now gone back so the process I've done is I've gone to my financier and asked whether we can finance this straight out, otherwise we'll have to buy it cash and then finance out later. This is going to be a title split project where we will split out the shops to the resi, build up the resis because it's got planning permission for about 9 flats, and then after that title split those as well as they stand. So right now it is the 22nd of December. As you can see, I'm not home, so but I'm still working, still trying to get some deals out before the end of the year. I've emailed the auctioneers now with 2 questions. Will you look at taking an offer, 1, and B, will you take out all these sellers fees? So it's 4 o'clock I think in the morning back home, so I'll wait until people start waking up, and then let's see whether we can get some answers from these guys. Another thing to mention, this lot is not being sold by the seller, so it's actually there's an option on this. So the company who's selling it is not the seller itself, so I have to bear in mind that they have to make some money out of it as well, because what would have happened here is they would have gone to the seller and said, look, we can sell your property for you at X, and then got them to sign up to an option agreement saying that whatever they sell above X, the selling company or the option company will then keep for themselves. So I have to bear that in mind as to how much lower I can go on my offer, bearing in mind the seller is not going to give it for free to these options company. So I'll wait to hear from the auctioneers, but I also think the auctioneers have put down the email of the options company rather than themselves, so we can deal direct with them. So I'll see what they come back with, and then make a decision whether we can proceed or not. If we were to proceed, there's 2 options. I'd finance this deal. I'd either buy it outright cash, assuming that they take out all those extra fees that I've talked about, or I would ideally like to buy it with a commercial mortgage with about 35% loan to value, the deposit down, buy it, split the titles afterwards. So I'd have to buy as it is, as one lot, which is income generating, ensure that they are happy for me to proceed with the planning permission to build. Then at the end, maybe probably like a 12-month project at the end, refinance out, and then on the day of the refinance, split all the titles. So 3 shops will be separated, as well as 9 flats. So we'll end up with 12 individual units, with the idea being, as you will hopefully all have learned now, the idea being that those 12 individual units added up together will value up more than the cost of the purchase plus the cost of works, and the good thing here, because it's mixed use, the stamp duty as it stands right now will be lower than buying residential properties. So stay tuned and I'll keep you updated on this 3 shops and 9 flats project that I'm looking at the moment.